What it is, what it do. I'm A1, this is The Division. And as I'm sure most of y'all already know, patch 1.5 and the survival DLC was released today for PC and Xbox. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the patch 1.5 changes. I'm also going to show a couple of the new weapons. Now, as of right now, it's not available for PS4. For those who don't know, I play on the PS4. So as of right now, if you're on the PS4, you're not going to have access to any of these changes that came with the patch 1.5 update. Also, as of right now, we don't have a release date for patch 1.5 on the PS4. But if I had to guess, I would assume we would probably get it next Tuesday. And when it comes to the survival DLC, PS4 players can expect to get that new DLC on December 20th. Alright, so like I just mentioned, I am on the PS4, so I won't have access to the survival game mode until December 20th, but I did come across some information that gave me a brief description of what the survival game mode is like. And it's a game mode offering a more hardcore experience with survival mechanics and permanent death. The game mode hosts 24 players and takes place in a modified version of Manhattan, reusing the whole open world. The game mode is session based, with one game lasting up to 2 hours. When it comes to the changes that were made, there's going to be a new world tier 5 bracket that's been added. Enemy NPCs are going to be level 34 in that bracket. The maximum gear score is going to be raised to 256, and heroic incursions are going to be available in tier 5 only. And speaking of that gear score being raised to 256, there's also a bunch of blueprints that are available, and the blueprints that you purchase are based off of your current gear score. So before you purchase those blueprints, I would recommend go killing any of the light zone named bosses and equip whatever 256 loot that they drop, and then purchase your blueprints. That way you'll get blueprints with a gear score of 256. They also have some mods that are level 34, so make sure you go check those out as well. They also introduced some named gear items. One of them is a mask called Pharaoh's Oxygen Mask. It allows players to move and shoot while under burn status effects. They also have some knee pads called Short Bow Championship pads, and those knee pads will shorten the fuse timer for grenades. They also have a new holster called Colonel Bliss's holster, which improves your sidearms. There's also some new gloves called Skull's MC gloves, which increase your damage when no gear set bonuses are active. There's also a named chest piece called Barrett's Bulletproof, and it'll give you powerful bonuses when skills are on cooldown. And there's also a new named backpack called Ninja Bike Messenger Bag, and this backpack will cause you to lose less Dark Zone loot and Dark Zone XP when you die in the Dark Zone. The stagger now functions in PvP, so high stagger weapons like shotguns and marksman rifles will now cause the target's aim to flinch. Stash size has also been increased from 70 to 150 total items, and I know a lot of people have been asking for an increase when it comes to their stash, so now we get that. And if you're wondering where I got all this information, I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to go check it out for yourself. And I say that because I'm not going to be able to go over everything. There was a lot of new stuff with this update. They made some changes to a couple weapon talents, which I'm not going to go over. And they also made a couple changes to some of the older weapons as well. Again, if you want to go check that out, just click on the link that's in the description. Another thing that I did want to go over was the 4 new high-end named weapons. One of them is called the Golden Rhino, which I believe is a pistol, but I haven't seen it or used it yet, so I'm not 100% sure on that. There's also a new named weapon called the Urban MDR Assault Rifle, and there's 2 SMGs. One's called the Tommy Gun, and the other one's called Thompson M1928. Fortunately, I was able to come across some pictures of those SMGs, which I'll go ahead and show now. And this first one is a screenshot that was taken from the survival trailer that was released yesterday, I believe. And as for these next couple of pictures, I got these from Reddit. And this is the Thompson Model 1928. And as you can see here, there's a new talent in the 3rd slot called Carefree, which increases your hipfire damage by 11%. And there's no hipfire stability penalty when it comes to these SMGs as well. So definitely meant to hip fire with these new SMGs. And not only are there new named weapons, but there's also a bunch of other new weapons as well, which I'll go ahead and show a list of. And as you see here, there's MG5 light machine gun, infantry MG5 light machine gun. There's a FAMAS, a Model 700 marksman rifle, M700 tactical, and M700 carbine marksman rifle, converted USC submachine gun, police UMP-45 SMG, tactical UMP-45 SMG, snub-nosed Rhino pistol, Rhino special pistol, and a 93R pistol, which is a burst fire pistol. So yeah, there's a bunch of new weapons in patch 1.5. Another thing I wanted to mention is that there's a new weapon skin that can be unlocked in the Uplay Club website, and it's called Maru Wiro or Wyro. I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but here's a screenshot of what it looks like. And there were also some changes made to gear sets as well. The first one being that the frontline gear set has now been added. When you have two pieces of the frontline gear set equipped, you're going to get a 15% protection from elites. When you have three pieces equipped, you're going to get a 30% increase in ballistic shield health. And when you have four pieces equipped, it's going to allow you to use an SMG if one is equipped when the ballistic shield is deployed, but the SMG crit chance will be reduced to 0%. And with that being said, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be using ballistic shield with the new Tommy guns, but there was also a change made to the final measure. When you have four pieces equipped, grenades can now be picked up every 8 seconds instead of 15 seconds. And there was also a change made to the Hunter's Faith, which I haven't used myself, but I heard it sort of messed up the Hunter's Faith gear set. And that's when you have three pieces equipped, headshot bonus will be reduced from 20% to 10%. So it's sort of a nerf there when it comes to the Hunter's Faith. But we did get a new gear set called Frontline. So yeah, those are the changes that were made when it comes to gear sets. They also made quite a few changes when it comes to skills as well. Again, I'm not going to be able to go through all of these, but if you want to go check them out, just click on the link that's in the description. So yeah, the gear score has been increased to 256. Vendors will now offer items based on your actual gear score, not the world tier that you're in, making them consistent with the level 1 through 30 experience. And this also applies to vendor caches as well. But yeah, I just wanted to keep y'all up to date when it comes to the Division and this new patch, this new DLC. If y'all enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, don't forget to do what you do. I'm A1. Thanks for watching.